All right, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? Are we ready to rock and roll? I'm gonna immediately share my chart because the things on the chart look more beautiful than this face. Not gonna lie. So let me know, guys, how you're doing and if you can hear me well. Last time I got some comments about my microphone, both a pretty new one a few months ago, a Rode one. Um, so it should produce really good quality. If it isn't the case, let me know. So things look pretty good. And as always, I would love to start first with these beautiful crypto breath charts. I think some of you haven't even heard about this word breath chart. So what it actually does is it measures the declining and the advancing assets, in this case, crypto coins. There's a whole definition. I use breath indicators all the time. I think you should do the same. What it really is noticeable is this. This displays the amount of coins that are trading above the 20 MA. And this only measures the USDT Binance pairs. So as of now, 94% of all Binance USDT pairs are trading above the 20 MA, which is a good sign because it means that there's a lot of coins showing strength. However, this is the 200 MA. As of now, 6.3% of all Binance USDT pairs are trading above the 200 MA. I believe these altcoins can do way better, but it's a really good sign when you see the 20 when price of these many alts are reclaiming the 20 MA and the 50 MA, and especially when the 20 is crossing the 50 MA. Normal, the general rule of thumb is uh, when price penetrates the MA, that's actually the better signal you can get. On top of that, you can use crossovers, like one MA crossing the other MA. But that's a whole different topic. I would love to deep dive immediately into the charts. And again, guys, let me know if you can hear me. You can talk in on X or on YouTube, and drop a like, drop a comment. I read, by the way, every comment. So don't think I'm gonna ignore you. If you feel ignored by your environment, be sure I gonna reply. Oh yeah, and by the way, there is some very, very good news. And the good news is you guys can get free access to our Discord, where we share a lot of calls, trading psychology insights, portfolio tips and tricks, different trading strategies. Everyone can get free access until the 7th of October. And later, I'm gonna show you what we're actually doing within our Discord and the different calls we have been playing this week. It was actually a fantastic week, honestly. Couldn't wish for a even better week than this week from a trading perspective. Now, these, where is it? Yeah, I want to quickly deep dive into this chart. I prepared this chart for you guys. I'm gonna remove myself from the screen so this chart will appear even bigger on your screen, like this. Yes, let me know, guys, if you can see this. This is a very simplistic cycle analysis um, where I have connected the lows with the cycle low. So this is a cycle low, this is a cycle low, this is a cycle low. And what appears is Bitcoin normally takes 1,430 days to travel from one low to the other low, as you can see here, as you can see here, as you can see here. And as you can see here, this is pretty accurate. This is what they call basically the 4-year cycle, although it doesn't per se mean like that. The when we have the low, that at that moment we um so sorry, let me rephrase it again. So it's connecting the lows rather than connecting the halving events, which also appears to be a recurring event every 210,000 blocks, or better said, every more or less 4 years. The funny thing is, and the coincidence here is, so that normally Bitcoin takes around 1065 days, 1065 days, which is around 35 months, to travel from the low to an all-time high. As we can see here, it took Bitcoin 1065 days. And as we can see here, let me make this a little bit bigger. 1065 days. And as we can see here, it took Bitcoin well, this is the new cycle. But if this will repeat, then we might expect a new all-time high around September, October, could be even July, or even later. Of course, this model could be easily invalidated, but as of now, it works. So I do anticipate a new high, somewhere late 2025. Also, the funny thing is, if you connect all these halving events, Bitcoin takes around the time span between the halving event and the all-time high is around 500 day-ish, as you can see here, as you can see here, and here it remains to be, when a new all-time high will be printed. My very simplistic idea of determining a potential target for this cycle is just by using Fibonacci extension. If you connect the Fibonacci here, this high, this cycle high, with the uh, cycle low, maybe I should make this white, right? It pretty much aligns with the cycle high here. This is a 1618 extension. If we apply the same methodology, so this high here, the cycle high with the cycle low, it will bring us around 170K. So I believe 100K is definitely possible for Bitcoin. 170K, 180K, it can even overshoot. Should be very possible for Bitcoin. So this is all high time frame. So you guys can understand my general thesis for the next coming months. So I'm not talking about the next minutes, but the next months. What I find pretty interesting is the amount of people talking about the lower lows, the lower highs. In essence, just see this as a range, and of course, within that range, we do have higher highs. Sorry, higher lows, lower highs. No, sorry, lower highs and lower lows. Um, Always need to rethink and double think what I'm saying. It's also very apparent here on the line chart, but see this just as a range. I anchored the VWAP from the beginning of the range, but you could also do it from here. This is basically the original point before that big move here to the all-time high. It doesn't matter if you anchored it here or here. It does give you basically the same information. This level here is a pretty interesting, very tough level, I believe, for Bitcoin. I also explained this in my Bitcoin report, also in Discord. I was very vocal about it. 40K is a very tough level for Bitcoin to reclaim. If it can reclaim, it would be fantastic for Bitcoin, because then the path of least resistance for Bitcoin would be around this level here, around the point of control, around 67K. But I do not see this happening in the next few days, if I can be very honest here with you guys. I'm not going to sell hopes. I'm not gonna, tell you what you want to know. I just gonna tell you what I'm thinking and how I'm playing this. This is a key SNL level. As of now, we have reclaimed this. Of course, I believe we're gonna retrace. Not sure if you're gonna fully tap into this level. If that's the case, and I see reversal signs, um, I'm happy to open a long position and aiming then back to this 64K, if this makes sense. So that would look like something like this. Of course, I will wait for like I'm not gonna, I'm not a fan of just buying when something as is at support is not a strategy. You always want to see confluence and confirmation. For that confirmation, what I'm often using are actually candle patterns and divergences. So if I see something like this, price going down, this is something what I would love to play. Um, I will aim for 64K, uh, but maybe secretly I will also aim for this 660, 67K, which gives a nice decent R. Of course, the R is never guaranteed, but it's there's always something we need to aim for. This is what I would aim for. But this would be my very first logical TP, if this makes sense. So this is how I'm playing, how I'm intending to play Bitcoin on a time frame. If, and this is a big if, look, the rejection is more apparent on the 12th hour, I believe. If we see a like a consolidation here, so bears are not really able to push the price down. We're gonna see many sessions, let's say till next week maybe, price action below resistance. Then I might look for longs there. I'm not per se against buying something at resistance. It depends. It needs to meet some specific criteria. But as of now, like longing here, it really goes against all of my rules. Path, like my most desired setup would be entering here, because I believe this is a key SNR level that's really apparent here, because you can see how it reacted here, how it reacted here and here and here. It got rejected here, rejected here, rejected here. So keep that in mind. Oh, by the way, if it's able to break this resistance level, then this structure, then I will see it as a continuation of this structure, this higher high and higher low structure. And it will also take out this high here, which is, pretty bullish from a structure perspective. What else have I prepared for you, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, I want to draw your attention to the RSI, especially here on the weekly. Normally, and we see like a similar behavior on the monthly. Let me quickly check. By the way, if I do high time frame analysis, my chart is always on logarithmic. Not only my chart, but also my oscillators, also my Fibonacci, so everything. And I suggest you do the same. What we're seeing here, and let me know, guys. What do you see here on the RSI? What do you see here? You can also see this here on the weekly, on the monthly, I mean. Oh. Although not confirmed because it's the monthly, right? We haven't closed yet. What do you see here? A potential RSI breakout on the monthly, which is very, very interesting. But more apparent here on the weekly. Weekly, not closed yet. We still have a few days. Of course, we can still make that new lower high here on the RSI. Down, going through that 50 zone, maybe even taking out this low, which would be not really that. That wouldn't be like the most desired situation at all, to be honest. So yeah, I believe we have reached a point where Bitcoin is about to make a decisive move for the next for the next months. I believe. Gary network disclosure. Yeah, sure thing. Hold on, guys. It was like my curtain making some noise here because of the wind. Um, I will go through Gary USD, but sure, first a few other charts I have prepared for you guys. So now you guys know how I'm going to play Bitcoin. I believe we're gonna see rejection. Hope we're gonna get 60K. That's where I will look for longs. This is a very interesting chart for many reasons. Not gonna lie, back in April, I was looking at a potential reversal here. I wasn't long Ethereum, but I was willing to swap my some of my Bitcoin into Ethereum. And God thing I haven't really pulled that trigger because as we can see here, Ethereum is making very surely but slowly lower highs and lower lows. It breached this support level. It was really here, by the way. I was getting here a little bit optimistic, but then look, this is almost like a vertical move. Maybe on the 2 week. This is almost like a vertical move. It's insane. No, this is not the most sexy price action, but I gonna be very honest. It reached my first point of interest here. To be honest, this is a multi-year level. You know how old this level is? This is 440 weeks, 3,243 days. Um, of course, we haven't seen a lot of interaction with this range, especially since 2021. But still, I believe this is a very important range I mean, a level for Ethereum. And now we also see, for the first time, I believe, in Ethereum's history, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm mistaken, let me know, guys. A very strong bullish divergence. Let me see what the Burbercage Pro is saying here. Yeah, so this is not the divergence you want to avoid or take too light. Of course, if we're gonna breach this level here, I see Ethereum quickly going, well, maybe not that quickly, but easily falling to the second point of interest. And I hope this will not happen for many reasons, because this would be another down move of 26%. So this is Ethereum against Bitcoin. However, I do see some reversal signs here on the weekly. Weekly is not closed yet, but if we're going to close like this with this massive bullish divergence into a key SNR level, I'm a reversal trader. So what I'm trying to do is to catch a trend. I get stopped out quite often, and I don't care because I just need a few good trades to compensate all my losses, and I will be in massive profit. I am really considering. I'm gonna wait for the weekly close to rotate some of my Bitcoin holdings into Ethereum or into Ethereum ecosystem because I just believe that this might be interesting move. Even if this appears to be a dead cat bounce or bearish retest of this 0.049 level, it's still worthwhile from an R perspective. What else? Yeah, so there's also the Ethereum, of course, against USDT. And here, let me go to the 3-day chart because it appears to be more Okay, reversal signs. What I'm using normally, I'm using an RSI breakout. They are pretty accurate, especially on the high time frame. This is a very nice breakout. Of course, you could wait for a candle, 3-day candle close. You could. This is the 1 day. Yeah, the 1 day is maybe even better to showcase what I'm meaning here. So this is an RSI breakout. And then we have this massive bullish divergence. It crossed the 50 level. This is a failed rectangle pattern. So normally my interpretation is a rectangle that comes from an up movement. More often than not, it is a continuation pattern. And I was wrong here. This appears to be a failed pattern. It all went down to this historical SNL level. This is actually a multi-year ascending triangle, and then we got this breakout, a very beautiful breakout. It's pretty, how to call it, accurate with the breakout. Not per se, but you get the point, right? It broke out, and now we are retesting. We have retested this level since this breakout and retest it again. Um, Let me think. This was the 5th of August. Not sure what it was. There was something that caused the market to overreact. And this is how I try to think when I see the market, also from market psychology perspective. Is the market overreacting, yes or no? Um, and this causes, of course, like these long wicks, shadows, however you want to call them. Like normally you want to catch a trend, you can draw a line like in this kind of line on price, and then you could say, hey, this is a potential like breakout of this downward trend. But I rather prefer and to rely on the RSI, because most cases it's first RSI breakout and then the price breakout. If you don't believe me, you can check it out by testing this yourself. So what I'm seeing here is actually strong reversal signs. I see like a multi-year SNR level. I see Ethereum easily going towards $2800. This is what I believe. If we can get into this range again, then this would be a very big fake out deviation, however you want to call it. And then I see easily, Ethereum creeping up to the upside. But as for now, it's too early to talk about that. I want to see Ethereum going higher. Another very interesting chart is this one. This is Bitcoin dominance, but without the stables. If you are interested how to get this on your chart, it's very easy. Just copy this, you go to indicators. Go to symbol search, paste the formula, hit enter, and it will appear on your chart. I'm gonna share it right now. Right now with you guys. I believe this one is way more accurate and gives you um, a better view of the dominance than the regular Bitcoin dominance. This one now sits at 62.7%. If you would use like the normal dominance, it would sit around here 58.05%. So I rather prefer really to go to use this one. Steal the formula, use it, and see it for yourself if it works or not. So first, I want to say and emphasize here again, this is actually a meme chart, because you cannot really actually trade this. You cannot go to an exchange and say, hey, a Bitcoin dominance up. Or maybe there are these indices or these products nowadays, but normally you cannot, really trade this. But it does give us a good understanding where the dominance is right now. from an historical perspective. We broke out from this, well, you could say like an SNR level. Again, it's a meme chart, okay? Um, so take this with a little grain of salt. However, what I cannot ignore is this. If you see something like this, uh, my interpretation is exhaustion. So it's getting a little bit tired. And if we go to the 1 day or the 3 day, it doesn't matter that much. I'm seeing here a bearish divergence on the Bitcoin dominance. Of course, this is like the very first bearish candle after the after this candle. I would say, one swallow. How do you call that bird? Like one bird doesn't make a. However, I cannot ignore this bearish divergence. Ethereum looks, as if it's want to, catch up. If this really breaks down, and Bitcoin stabilizes here around 64K ish, 67, 63, doesn't matter, even like 60K. I believe altcoins will rally pretty hard, but pretty quick as well. I don't believe in a full-blown alt season. However, I do believe that some alts will benefit a lot. Let me tackle some of these chart requests. Sorry, guys, for making you wait so long. Hope this was, by the way, useful. If it wasn't, let me know. If it was, let me know as well. And as always, I love comments. So, okay. Whoever asked me to analyze this, look, firstly, I do know nothing about Gary Network. Nothing. The only thing I see is this is really negative, price action wise. It's been suffering for a long time. However, this trend here, or this downtrend, let me go to the 1 day chart. Yeah, it's kind of getting it's exhausted, I would say, because it's flattening here from a perspective, right? Look, this was pretty, down, 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 and it's stabilizing. I do know I'm not familiar with its liquidity and what it does with the team. Honestly, if I'm seeing this, and when I'm doing my scanning, Sunday or Monday or Tuesday sometimes, and I see this, and I do not, I'm not interested at all. I will not. I will just skip this, to be honest. I don't find this really appealing. Of course, it's down a lot, have potential, but I wouldn't rely too much on it. It's nice that the RSI is skirting up a little bit. On the 3 day, there is maybe some divergence, and here it's also, curling up, moving. It moved from this, it crossed the 30 level again. No, I wouldn't really per se want to trade this. I rather prefer to trade strength than this, because this would be a big gamble. I hope I have not upset you, Disclosure Crypto. Just giving my honest opinion. And then we have Doge, woof woof, who let the dogs out, woof woof. And by the way, I'm gonna disappoint again a lot of people. I am a cat person. Yeah, the Doge. What do we see here? Quickly, weekly. What do we see here? What do we see here? Let me remove this. What do we see here? Still, with Bitcoin, we argue, like, is it a higher, lower high structure and lower low structure? Yes or no? Is it a range? Yes or no? with Doge, it's obvious, right? It's higher highs, lower lows. I might see here a falling wedge, which is, in my opinion, one of the better reversals signals you can get. What's yeah, honestly, I love meme coins. Um, and I love the communities around them. Uh, I wouldn't be too. I'm not too optimistic, to be honest. Sorry about Doge. Maybe I'm losing some followers right now. Maybe not. We have here Mr. Robin, ZX Robin. Can you take a look at FTM? I have longs open right now. At break even, don't know what to do. At resistance, but maybe breakout. Robin, next time, just tell me, what time frame you have been trading FTM. Let me check. Okay, let's mark like the obvious levels. The obvious. What's the obvious? The obvious. This is the obvious. Okay. Look, it's at resistance. It does make like higher, higher highs since August, as many coins. Even if you would go to this morning. Okay. Look, I'm not sure like what kind of leverage you used, position size and everything, but to me, this is just price action below resistance. Some people would argue our price below resistance or consolidation below resistance is bullish. No, price action at resistance is resistance. Period. My internet is getting slow. I see here. Depends on the interpretation. Look, with this, you could also say, okay, it's breaking out, right? But you could also argue, from another perspective, it's at resistance. I do. I wouldn't really look for longs at FT. I mean, me personally. Replicator Pro. I'm not sure what your your TPs, but if you would long this morning, which was must be this week here, right? I would really, if you're at break even, I hope you're working with stop losses. I personally, I think I would add my stop loss around 60 cents. Again, I'm not sure if you're using leverage or not, but I would use a stop loss and let the market decide. Also not sure what you're aiming for, DPs, but if it can then make a reclaim, I see this one going towards 77 cents. No. How much is FTM all-time high? Why is this black? 87%. It's funny, right? If you look at the 52-week all-time high of Bitcoin, for example, Bitcoin is just 15% away from its all-time high. Like a Layer One, like Phantom, but also many other altcoins. They're like 90%, 80%, some of them even 200% away from their all-time high. There are different ways how to, how you can give this. You can have the interpretation of, well, there's a lot of upside, but the other interpretation is there's a lot of weakness because there's a reason why it declined that much. Look, if it's like heavy leverage and 15 minutes, no, I'm not really the person that likes to school people, but um, if like heavy leverage and your position size is not, proper, I would close this immediately at break even and try to find another entry, but then this time with a stop loss. Because here, this is what's happening here on the 15 minutes. It's just ranging. We could see a breakout. We couldn't see a breakout. Position size first. If I've been in your shoes as well. If I was in a position like this and I'm using heavy leverage, it makes me a little bit anxious. When I'm at break even or close break even, I would close this and find a new entry. For example, here around 62 cent again, or 63 or 60. Maybe it can even take out these local lows and then try to find a new entry with a proper stop loss, with a proper position sizing. Because I'm afraid if you're using a lot of leverage, you haven't really respected position sizing. Hope this helps a little bit, Robin. I think I covered everything. Well, perhaps there's more. As you guys know, we share a lot of alpha in our Discord. So I'm the psychologist within the Bird Nest. I'm an NLP coach, hypnotherapist as well, combining all these different, um, school of thoughts and methodologies, insights to help people with trading from a mindset perspective and psychology perspective. So what you can expect here in our Discord is weekly trading psychology insights. People can also drop their questions. Um, you know about this very specific topic. Other than that, we share a lot of swing trade, like real trades you can actually execute. For example, I shared an Ondo call a few days ago where we hit TP1. We've been trading Popcat, which did what, a 77% move, which gave us like a really nice 6.3R. Jay told us to he shared like additional targets for Popcat, so probably some of those folks have even made more money. We shared recently AVAX and a few other coins. Tau was smashing all our targets. So these are the swing trades. We also trade like we also do like this. Hey, funny. This is FTM. We play also, shorts, longs, scalps. Sometimes we get stopped out. We're very transparent with that. When we win big or small. When we lose, we always lose small. That's our premise. That should also be your premise. When you lose, you should always lose small. Keep your losses small. That's the only way how you can survive this trading game. Lose small, try to win big or small. It doesn't matter. Your winners do not matter. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Your losses, it's what matters a lot, the most. Uh, AVAX. Maybe I'm gonna give you guys A where have you seen AVEX, by the way? Okay, this is a gift. Normally, only community members can see this. If it hasn't closed below 22.80 cent 80, then this might be a nice swing trade on the daily chart. There are other coins we have shared, like TIA and Track and so forth and so on. The team is 24/7, very active, analyzing the market. We discuss also the different trade setups. We discuss internally, the swings, the scalps, everything. Okay, guys. Let's call this a call. Sorry, disclosure crypto. Maybe next time. I really don't have now the time to deep dive into the fundamentals of Gary network. But maybe I will do this, and will share my insights in Discord, because we have a dedicated research channel where we share all these different insights. This is, for example, Banana. We share the airdrops, we share the gems. We do. This is our fully dedicated FA guru. He's doing all these FA analysis. I can do a little bit of FA, but no way I am at his level. He's our fundamental analyst and crypto educator. So if you're in Discord, Gary, no, sorry, Disclosure Crypto, drop your question there. And thank you very much, guys, for listening. Until the next